The Darien Athletic Foundation is proud to present high school girls junior varsity basketball this afternoon from the gymnasium at Darien High School. It's the Darien Blue Wave taking on the Danbury Hatters. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Damian Andrews. So glad you could be with us on this DAF media broadcast. I am joined for the second time this basketball season by longtime Darien resident and a member of the Chicago High School Basketball Hall of Fame. Brad Bushel, glad you could be with us.
It's good to see you, Damian. I'm glad to be here to watch this two of these games.
Two games. We're doing a double header today, Brad. JV first, and then the varsity to follow.
And they're ready to tip off here.
Darien, unfortunately, without two of its top players, in Kelly McKay and Penn Boucher, both out with illnesses.
It's that time of year.
And we are underway. And Darien starts in a man-to-man defense.
That's a nice steal.
And a turnover that time by Danbury. Olivia Maniscalco with the steal. And now Darien will run its offense.
Looks like Danbury's in a zone with 2-3.
A little give and go there, doesn't work. Darien turns it over, and here come the Hatters. It's cold outside, but it is warm in here in this Darien High School gymnasium.
Very nice. I'm glad to be inside.
Absolutely. And that is a foul on Maggie Moffitt.
They're going to let her shoot the foul shots. I didn't think she was in the act, but
so Demia Moore will go to the line. The first one rattles in and out. We're just underway here from Darien High School. Junior varsity girls basketball action between Darien and Danbury. And the second one is up and good. So the Hatters on the scoreboard first. And here comes Darien. We could see in this game Emma Blanky, Brad, who has seen some time on the varsity level for Darien.
Right, I can see she's dressed out. And we lost the ball over there on the sideline out to the Hatters.
The Darien boys basketball teams, the freshman JV and varsity, will be at Danbury today.
Right.
Darien varsity boys team coming off a big win over Brian McMahon on the road.
And there's another turnover by the Hatters. Darien gets the ball back.
So both teams kind of feeling each other out right now in the early going here. 1-0 Danbury, thanks to a Demia Moore foul shot. Danbury stays in that zone defense, Brad. And a nice drive here by Lexi Witkowski. Can't get it to go.
She split the zone very nicely, but didn't finish.
The kick out. Here's Olivia Maniscalco. Inside to Lizzie Barber. She kicks it back out to Maniscalco. And Darien will reset.
Oh.
And nearly a turnover.
Darien's being very careful. There we go.
The shot is off. Liliana Cullen with the shot. We're going to have a jump ball situation, and the arrow says it'll stay Darien.
Darien's being very careful passing the ball around the perimeter. And we have another turnover.
Demia Moore comes up with it for Danbury. And that'll be a foul on Darien.
I believe that's Olivia Mancuso's second foul. They called it on her.
So Maniscalco whistled for the foul. It'll be Danbury ball out of bounds. Tiana Rogers with a nice move.
Very nice move.
Freshman off the window. And it's 3-0 Danbury.
Darien needs to get on the board here. There we go, a nice drive.
And it's off the mark, and here come the Hatters. Demia Moore with the ball. She goes inside to Rogers.
Just a little bit too high.
Pass was a little too high over Rogers' head. Rogers is a tall post player for the junior varsity Hatters.
Yes. They're looking to get the ball to her almost every time.
And here's Lexi Witkowski with the ball for Darien. A little running hook shot by Maggie Moffitt is no good. We're under 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter, and a
nice
steal that time by Liliana Cullen to Barber. She can't finish it, and that'll be a jump ball. And Darien wants a timeout to talk things over. 3-0 Danbury in the early going here. 30-second timeout for the Blue Wave. And of course, we will be watching the Darien varsity girls basketball game tonight against Danbury.
Right.
Both of those teams kind of middle of the pack in their respective divisions of the FCAC, fighting for that 8th and final playoff spot for the FCAC tournament.
Long time heated rivalry, and it should get jumping in here, I hope.
Absolutely. Jackie DiNardo, of course, the longtime legendary head coach for the Danbury Hatters. She's done a lot with that program. 3 straight FCAC championships, 2012 to 2014. So she has had a lot of success. And
I remember some years ago going up there for the FCAC playoffs, and it's a very difficult gym to play in.
Great atmosphere.
It's nice
there.
to have them here.
Yeah, great atmosphere up there in Danbury. Damian Andrew, Brad Bushel on the DAF Media Network. High school junior varsity girls basketball. Darien taking on Danbury. And nearly a Danbury turnover. There's Demia Moore going baseline, tries to get it inside to Rogers. And it'll be Darien ball as Rogers knocks it out of bounds.
They look to go into Rogers almost every time.
Tiana Rogers, the freshman for Danbury.
Let's see if we can get on the board here. Get a good shot.
Here comes Darien. Maggie Moffitt up top. She goes inside to Cullen, who kicks it out to Olivia Maniscalco, and that'll be a foul on Danbury.
Darien is moving the ball nicely, but only around the perimeter. We've got to find a way to get a pass inside.
So it'll be Blue Wave ball out of bounds underneath their own basket.
There we go.
And that'll be another Danbury foul. Shooting foul this time. Liliana Cullen is going to the line for Darien.
See if Liliana can get us on the scoreboard here. She's got 2 shots. Nope, not the first one. She's got another one. Damien, it's a late arriving crowd. There's not a lot of noise in this gym at this point.
Not a lot of noise in this gym other than our voices here early on.
Well, with a 4 o'clock start, I assume a lot of parents are still at work.
For those of you who are watching this on the DAF Media Network, we appreciate you tuning in for this one, junior varsity girls basketball action. And that'll be a Danbury turnover as Olivia Maniscalco brings it up the floor. Over to Moffitt. Moffitt, the baseline jumper's no good. And Christine Sangfet brings it up the court for Danbury. Over to Moore, near side of the floor.
Looks like Darien's fallen into a zone.
Rogers. And Cullen with the rebound, but Danbury rather gets it back. Here's Rogers in the pivot. Baseline jumper just off the iron, and it's cleared away by Darien.
Another turnover on the fast break.
That'll be a double dribble call on Olivia Maniscalco.
Here's Darien's first substitution. Lillian Haupt comes into the game.
Lily Haupt in the game, replacing Maggie Moffitt.
Now we're back to a man-to-man.
Darien in a man-to-man. Nice inside pass that time. And it'll be out of bounds off of Darien. It'll stay Hatter's ball underneath their basket. So we're under 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 3-0 Danbury. Low scoring game here from Darien High School. Nice baseline jumper that time. Demia Moore, the junior for the Hatters, gets it to go. And Danbury extends its lead to 5-0. Danbury stays in that zone defense, Brad.
The zone's been very effective for them. They've kept us off the board so far. And there's another turnover. Darien.
Christine Sangfet, the sophomore, brings it up the floor.
Oh,
and
what a nice
steal.
Beautiful.
By Lizzie Barber.
There you go.
She gets it to Maniscalco, can't get it to go off the glass.
A little bit hard off the backboard. Coach is going to make some changes here.
Demia Moore, long three. Hits the front of the iron. Here comes Darien, 2-on-1 break. And they can't finish as Rogers comes down with the rebound.
It was a nice steal.
Well, Moore inside to Rogers. Pretty play right there as no one was covering Rogers. She was wide open in the pivot, and you can't have that happen.
A real defensive breakdown.
She is a force, is Tiana Rogers of Danbury, down low when she gets the ball in the paint. Nearly goes down for Witkowski.
Damien, is there a lid on that basket? Can you look over there and see?
Early on.
We don't seem to be able to get one in there.
Darien can't get it to go from the field. And Barber comes away with the rebound. And Cullen will bring it up the floor. There's Maniscalco, far side of the court.
It seems Darien's unwilling to take an outside shot against this zone. We're looking to drive. And so far that's been unsuccessful.
Witkowski, and she's going to be called for steps as she takes the runner. A couple of substitutions for the Blue Wave.
Emma Bernice and Rachel Herget are into the game.
Moore into the lane. And
I didn't see that foul.
Lily Haupt whistled for the foul that time.
I didn't see it, but the ref did. So I guess
that happens sometimes,
That's
Brad.
what counts, yeah.
And a long three by Sangfet. And it's going to be Darien ball.
Darien's certainly getting our chances here. We just need to convert a few and get back in this game.
7-0 Danbury, under 30 seconds remaining in the opening quarter from Darien High School. Junior varsity girls basketball.
Danbury's pitching a shutout. There we go.
And the shot is up, and it is good as Rachel Herget puts the Blue Wave on the scoreboard.
Rachel just came in the game and got us on the board.
Sangfet just inside of the three-point line, can't get it to go. Rogers, though, with the putback at the buzzer. And that'll do it for the opening quarter here from Darien High School between the Darien Blue Wave and the Danbury Hatters. Danbury up 9-2 over the Blue Wave.
Rogers is too much inside. We're going to have to double team her somehow.
Yeah, she is a force inside, is number one, the freshman from Tiana Rogers. Bright future in a Danbury uniform.
Absolutely. But Darien's had their chances. We just need to convert on some of those drives. We're throwing the ball off the backboard awfully hard.
They have been able to penetrate that Danbury zone, just haven't been able to get the shots to fall.
Yes. It'll come.
Damian Andrew, Brad Bushel, joining you from Darien High School on the DAF Media Network. So glad you could be with us this afternoon. Junior varsity girls basketball action between Darien and Danbury. We'll have the varsity game here on the DAF Media Network after this one. So the second quarter underway.
Looks like Darien's in a zone to start the second quarter.
There's Demia Moore up top. Over to Sangfet, back to Moore. Sangfet with the ball. Emma Sullivan out to Moore. There's Moore in the lane, and she turns it over, and Danbury gets it right back. Sangfet is blocked.
Nice block
by Rachel Herget. So Herget with a bucket and a block so far in this one.
It looks like our Darien zone is trying to contain Rogers a little bit better. It's a good sign.
Blenke's shot is tipped, and Rogers comes away with it as Sullivan brings it up the floor for Danbury. Over to Sangfet. Cross-court pass to Moore just inside the three-point arc, and she gets it to go. She's got a nice jump shot.
That was a very nice shot.
Demia Moore.
You don't often see a cross-court pass like that at this level, but that was very effective.
And she knocks it down, does Moore. Here's the baseline jumper.
Oh, I thought that was going to go in.
By Hout. And Sullivan will bring it up court, the sophomore for Danbury. Moore on the wing, and she takes steps that she couldn't take.
A little traveling music.
Damian Andrew alongside Brad Bushel. Of course, Brad in the Illinois High School Basketball Hall of Fame.
Right. Many years ago.
Here's Haupt again. Can't get the jumper to go, a little too much. And Sullivan brings it up the floor for the Hatters. Here's Sullivan with the ball.
Our zone is doing a good job.
Rogers inside, but she dribbles it off her foot, or that was two more for Danbury. 11-2 lead for the Hatters in this junior varsity game.
Yes, our zone is protecting the middle much better this quarter.
Kinga Shrednika in the game for Darien. Had a chance to talk to her before the game. Wanted to make sure I got that pronunciation correct.
You did a good job. I was worried about that.
Blenke in the lane, and she is fouled. So she will go to the line for two.
See if we can make some foul shots and get back in this game here.
And that was nice. Nothing but net, as they say.
Was
nice free throw by Blenke.
She took her time and put it right in. When they go in, it looks easy.
These are so important, right? These free throws.
Oh,
How
yes.
often do coaches work on these with their players in practice?
I think not enough.
And the second one is no good as it bounces off the back of the iron. Here comes Danbury. Sullivan gets it to Sangfet, and she can't get it to go.
Oh, that was nice.
The rebound by Witkowski, up ahead to Blenke, and textbook fast break by the Blue Wave.
There we go. Now we're going to press a little bit.
Inside to Rogers, and when you give the ball to her in that space down there, she is dangerous.
That's too easy. We didn't have time to fall back into our zone that time.
13-5 Danbury up on the Blue Wave. There's Cullen, and it's stolen by Sullivan. She gets it up ahead to Chris.
I thought she traveled, and they finally called it. A delayed whistle there.
So it'll be Darien ball. Lexi Witkowski will bring it up the floor. Here's Blanky. That one too strong. And it'll be out of bounds off Danbury, so Darien retains possession.
Blue Wave is getting some good looks at the basket now and taking some outside shots. Need to go down and get back in this game.
Substitution by Danbury. Tawana Swaby comes into the game for the Hatters. Shot no good, as Herget can't get it to go.
And Darien's going to pick him up full court.
So Darien pressure in the basketball, but Sullivan puts it up, no good. Herget with the rebound, and here come the Blue Wave.
Maybe this full court press will pick up the pace a little bit for the Blue Wave.
Lexi Witkowski up top, swings it to Blanky. Blanky into the paint. And the shot is no good. But Darien having a little bit more success.
Yes, we're getting better looks
against that Danbury zone defense.
Yes. But our shooting percentage is not good.
And here's Darien back in a zone. Rogers. And there's Sangfet. She's going to be fouled that time by Shrednika.
That was a pretty good foul because she had a clear path to the basket.
Those are fouls that coaches sometimes don't mind their players taking.
Right.
There's Rogers. Good defense by Cullen. She goes around underneath the basket and tries to throw it up, no good, and here come the Blue Wave. Witkowski is fouled, and she's going to go to the line.
Blue Wave is looking pretty good on that fast break.
Rogers whistled for the foul that time. So Witkowski at the line, shooting two.
Come on, Lexi, put him in.
First one is no good. Rachel Langen checking into the game for Danbury as she replaces Katrina Sullivan.
There we go.
Second shot.
Good shot, Lexi.
Is pure.
The Blue Wave staying with that full court pressure.
Danbury gets it across midcourt. Shot is up, no good by Langen, and it'll be Darien ball.
Darien's not that far out of this game. We just need to hit a couple shots and we're back in it.
Under 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Here's Blanky. Can't get it to go. And the rebound by Sangfet. Sullivan kicks it to Langen, inside to Rogers. She misses the 15-footer. And Witkowski pushes it up the floor. Rogers the rebound.
Darien's executing a fast break. Excellent. We just can't get the ball into the basket.
They've missed a few layups here in this opening half. Off transition opportunities. Langen, and it rattles in for Danbury.
Beautiful shot.
Long two for Rachel Langen, the sophomore for the Hatters. 15-6 Danbury here, under 3 minutes remaining in the opening half. And Witkowski with a runner.
Very nice.
Off the window.
Very nice. There we go.
Danbury nearly turns it over. Here's Rogers and Cullen with the rebound. Liliana Cullen brings it up the floor, gets it to Witkowski, and she will set this Darien offense. Hatters remain in its zone. Cullen over to Blanky. Blanky, foot was on the line, so not a three. Comes up short on the long two. And Darien continues to pressure the basketball here. Full court press. Here's Langen,
Whoa.
and Langen
Very effective.
double dribble that time.
The press has been very effective. Witkowski looks to drive to the basket every time. And if she can get through there, I think she can get us back in this game.
There's Blanky. The baseline jumper is good by Kinga Shrednika. So Shrednika with 2 on the board. Sullivan misses the layup, and Herget whistled for steps.
I think we got a little excited there with that basket. We didn't get back on defense, and then when we got the rebound, we traveled.
A little sloppy in the first half here between these two programs.
It's a 5-point game, though. It's not that far.
15-10 Danbury in front, and Danbury turns it over as Herget comes up with the steal. Witkowski tracks it down over to Blanky. And Witkowski swings it to Cullen, back to Witkowski. Inside to Herget, she puts it up, and it is good.
Now we've got a ball game.
15-12, Darien within 3. And that'll be a travel from Tewana Swaby. So this game was 9-2 after the first period. It is now 15-12. So Darien has climbed back into this one.
And Maggie Moffat is back in the game.
Moffat inside to Herget, kicks it back out to Witkowski off the back of the iron. And Sangfet comes away with the rebound. Here's Sullivan. And Langen lets it go. Off the iron, and a rebound by Herget. Here's Witkowski in the open floor. Nice look to Blanky. Witkowski with the offensive board, and she gets fouled on the putback.
I'm very impressed with Witkowski. She's
Handles
looking
the
to
ball well.
push the action. She's quick, and she took a nice jumper there that didn't go in, but it's a good sign that she finds herself at the foul line.
Boy, you can almost hear a pin drop.
Right, right.
To your point about the atmosphere in this gym.
I'm wondering
right now,
if there's a golf match.
Langen with the rebound after the second effort by the Blue Wave. Here's Sullivan, lets the three-pointer fly. She was way outside, and that is going to be Darien ball, as she doesn't even catch the iron. 15-12, Danbury in front. Hatters got off to a 9-2 start in this one.
We have a chance to get the last shot here of the half. Witkowski's going to drive for it. And there we go.
Moffat puts it up off the glass, can't get it to go. And at the half, it's 15-12 Danbury up on Darien, as we've got ourselves a competitive junior varsity basketball game here.
Darien did a very good job getting back into this game. They were patient, waiting for some shots to fall, and they did. They did a good job with their fast breaks, and when they went to the zone, they stopped Rogers in the middle, and then they finally went full court with the pressure that got a few turnovers. So what was an awful first quarter turned out to be a pretty darn good second quarter, and we're back in this game.
Well, we are going to take a quick break, and we will be back with second half action here from Darien High School. Junior varsity girls basketball between the Darien Blue Wave and the Danbury Hatters. We'll be right back. We are at the half on the DAF Media Network. Junior varsity girls basketball, Darien taking on Danbury. The Hatters up 15-12 at the half. We're about ready to start the second half. Damian Andrew alongside Brad Bushel.
That was a quick halftime.
It was. I think it was about a 4-minute half.
And Darien gets the ball to start the second half.
So Danbury jumped out to a early 9-2 lead, but the Blue Wave have crept back in this one. Witkowski whistled for traveling.
She forgot to dribble as she took off for the basket.
She had 3 points in the first half for the Blue Wave. And Darien continues to press. They were effective pressing in the first half. This time, though, Danbury breaks the press. Rogers is fouled. And I believe
we'll see how this press affects Danbury in the second half. If Rogers can get behind the press, she could do a lot of damage.
And the first free throw is good. And that's going to be a violation on Darien. So Rogers will get another free throw attempt.
Could see that coming.
Didn't matter, misses the second one. Sullivan, though, with the offensive rebound. They go inside to Rogers.
Oh, I believe she stepped on the line, and it'll go back to the Hatters.
Here's Demaya Moore. Rogers with the rebound. Cullen and Darien come away with it. Here's Witkowski pushing it up the floor. Baseline runner is no good by Olivia Maniscalco.
Darien speeding up their offense a little bit here in the second half.
16-12 Danbury in this junior varsity girls basketball game here at Darien High School, and the pass goes out of bounds off of Danbury. So it'll be Blue Wave ball as they are down 4. We are just underway here in the second half from Darien High School.
We'll see if Witkowski can get him going here.
There's Moffitt. Throws it up off the glass, no good. And that'll stay Blue Wave ball. You know, you hear the Darien coaches yelling stack. That is
right.
That is the play.
Right.
Ball out of bounds underneath your own basket. And we're going to have a foul, I believe, on Liliana Cullen.
Yes.
Yeah, 1-4 whistled for the foul.
Exactly.
Here's Sullivan. Darien continues to pressure the ball, and
we
they
got
force
a turnover.
Here's Witkowski underneath. A pretty play that
Very
time
nice.
by the Blue Wave as they are within 2, down 16-14.
Press paid off there.
Sullivan gets it across midcourt.
Whoops.
And she is tied up, and almost another steal by Darien.
Darien's being very aggressive.
Langen with the ball. Rogers. And here comes the Blue Wave. Witkowski picks up her dribble, and Sullivan is going to be whistled for a foul.
That was one of those dumb fouls, as Witkowski had already picked up her dribble and wasn't going anywhere.
And that'll be a 5-second violation on the Blue Wave as Moffitt couldn't get it inbounds.
I think whoever cuts down their turnovers is going to find themselves winning this game.
16-14 Danbury in front. Here's Rogers. Back out to Sullivan. She dribbles into the corner. And Sullivan puts up a long three. Doesn't go down. And here comes Darien in transition. And Moffitt can't convert the layup. Witkowski falls to the floor. She's all right, gets right back up with a smile on her face. Here's Demaya Moore. Swings it cross court to Langen. Demaya Moore hit a couple of wide open jumpers in the first half against Darien, and so you can't give her open looks as the Hatters turn it over.
Looks like to me Danbury stopped looking for Rogers in the middle.
Darien has done a better job fronting Rogers in the pivot, and that'll be a travel violation on Darien. Under 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter, 16-14, Hatters in front. Junior varsity girls basketball from Darien High School. Glad you could be with us on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew alongside Brad Bushel.
And the bleachers are beginning to fill up.
Starting to fill up.
Yeah.
People filing in for the second half of this game, and I'm sure to catch the varsity game, and that is going to be a foul there on Darien.
Lizzie Barber.
Lizzie Barber whistled on for the foul, and Rachel Langen, the sophomore for Danbury, will go to the line and shoot two. Just caught.
Barely grazed the rim.
Grazed the rim.
An air ball from the foul line is not what you want. There we go.
Up, and it is good.
Put it right in the middle that time.
17-14 Danbury. Here's Blanky into the paint. The floater is up, no good, rolls out. And that is going to be off of Olivia Maniscalco. So it's Darien, so it's a Danbury ball.
Yeah.
There was a little confusion that time, but it is Danbury ball under the Darien basket. They get it to Sullivan. Here's Langen. Cross-court pass to Demaya Moore. She takes it in and off the glass for two.
Well, they broke our press very easy that time.
So the press breaker worked that time for Darien or Danbury, and now Blanky is whistled for steps.
Right. Another turnover. If we can cut down the turnovers.
Both teams have turned it over a fair amount this afternoon.
Yes.
Sangfet inside the three-point arc. And Blanky with the rebound gets it to Cullen. Up ahead to Witkowski. Witkowski crossover, back over to Cullen. And nearly a Darien turnover as Witkowski up top will reset the offense. Witkowski, the floater, no good. Offensive rebound that time by Maniscalco, and she is fouled, and she's going to go to the line.
The Blue Wave is very effective when they're aggressive. When they go to the basket and hit the boards.
And that foul was on Rachel Langen of Danbury. Olivia Maniscalco, the left-hander, misses her first free throw. Rachel Herget checks into the game for Lizzie Barber.
See if Olivia can put this second shot in here. She was a little strong on the first one.
Nice offensive board by Blanky, but just can't get it to go down. Emily Rojas in the game for Danbury now. She replaces Langan. Here's Rogers inside. Demaya Moore with the rebound, and Danbury retains possession. Sullivan, the three is no good. Offensive board by Demaya Moore. She puts it up, and it's good.
Smallest girl on the court got the rebound and put it right back in.
Well, she hustles, does Demaya Moore.
Yes, she does.
Got a nice jump shot from the perimeter.
She was in the right place at the right time.
Here's Witkowski inside, off the glass. It's good.
I think if Darien's going to come back in this game, it's going to be Witkowski that leads them back. I'm very impressed with her.
Witkowski has been their floor general for this entire game. Demaya Moore finds a wide open Rojas, but Herget with the block, but the second effort by Rogers is no good. Sullivan off the back of the iron.
Well,
and that'll be steps on Witkowski.
And she's upset about that call.
She wanted a foul call.
She did.
So 3 opportunities there for Danbury. Can't get it to go down.
She was talking to the ref about it.
Here's Sullivan. Air ball. Sangfet, the offensive board. Sullivan swings it to Demaya Moore. That three is up and no good. And it's going to be a timeout, Darien.
It was a very timely timeout. The ball was on the floor.
Smart play there as Maniscalco had the ball on the floor.
So it's a 5-point game, and you're not going to win many games when you only score 16 points. So
it is. We mentioned earlier Jackie DiNardo, the longtime Danbury head coach. She is now in the stands watching the JV Hatters, doing some coaching there from the stands. She is a legend, been around a long time, been the head coach at Danbury for 31 years.
She's had an awful lot of success. And I know when my daughter was playing here at Darien, when we went up to Danbury, it was a struggle. Particularly in some of those FCX playoff games, it was loud and tough and a real fight.
Always a.
I'm not sure we won up there, actually.
Always a tough ask on the road at Danbury, because they are usually ready, especially in their gym.
That's why you want to get the higher seed in the FCX.
That's right.
If you can get one of those first 4 seeds and get a home game, you've got a chance.
Absolutely. Darien turns it over. Danbury brings it up the floor. Here's Sullivan. Tried to get it inside to Brianna Snipe. And
we've got a foul.
And that will be a
shooting foul.
And that'll be a foul on Danbury as Maniscalco goes to the line. She'll shoot 2.
See if Olivia can convert.
The left-hander.
Very nice.
Gets it to go. Second shot is up, and it is good.
Good. She got a good bounce on that one. Went right in.
The iron was kind, as they say. Sometimes it's unkind, Brad Bushel,
yes,
but it was
is.
kind that time to Olivia Maniscalco.
It all evens out.
Demaya Moore with the ball. And here's Sullivan back over to Moore. They go inside to Rojas. She can't get it to go. Here's Witkowski in the open floor and rolls in and out.
Rogers is out of the game for Danbury, and that should help loosen things up for Darien in the middle.
Witkowski kicks it out to Herget. She puts up the baseline jumpers, no good. Sangfet comes down with the rebound. And here's Sullivan pushing the pace. She looks for Demaya Moore. And another Danbury turnover. Here comes Maniscalco. 2-on-1 break for Darien.
Very nice.
Maniscalco hits
nice.
the runner off the glass. We've got ourselves a 1-point ball game here from Darien High School. And Danbury is going to take a timeout. 21-20. Danbury leads by 1 in what has been a competitive junior varsity girls basketball game.
been a real chess match. Not a lot of scoring, but a game of runs. Darien came back after a very slow start.
Both teams have had success pressuring the basketball full court.
Right?
Forced some turnovers.
I like how Darien stuck with the full court pressure. It's paid off.
Tiana Rogers, by the way, back in the game for Danbury, and she gives the Hatters size in the front court.
She makes a
Tallest
difference.
player on the floor. She had 8 points in the first half of this one. So 39.2 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Danbury leads Darien 21-20. And Darien.
There was no foul.
We had a minor technical snafu there, but we are back live with 5.3 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It's 21-20, Danbury in front.
Did I kick the cord out of the socket or something?
There's Blanky with the ball. She gets it to Maniscalco, and Darien can't get a shot off in time, so that's the way it'll end the third quarter. 21-20, Danbury in front by a point as we head in to the fourth quarter. Very competitive ball game.
We have ourselves a game. It looks good. I think that the key players for Danbury is obviously Tiana Rogers, and for Darien, it's Lexley Witkowski.
Witkowski does such a nice job with the ball in the open floor.
Yes. Yes.
And Danbury has a few players that have been impressive in this game. Obviously, Tiana Rogers, the freshman center, has done a nice job. Demaya Moore has hit some big shots for Danbury.
She has.
And Emma Sullivan, the sophomore, number 11, has done a nice job kind of running the offense for the Hatters.
Right. They have a well-balanced team. I believe, though, that the turnovers will be the key here in the fourth quarter. Whoever keeps those to a minimum, I think, will come out ahead.
So you hear Coach DiNardo from the stands doing some coaching.
Coach DiNardo's doing a little coaching.
Getting ready for the varsity game, which follows this one. DAF Media will be carrying that game as well.
Coach DiNardo has a very distinctive voice.
Yeah, you will hear her from the sidelines. She is animated, to say the least, on the bench.
And she knows her stuff.
She certainly does. Played at the University of Texas and been coaching at Danbury for a long time, over 30 years. So here's Rogers, rolls to the basket, loses the ball, and Darien has it. Blanky gets it across the mid-court line. Gets it to Witkowski, back over to Blanky. Witkowski. The jumper's no good, and it'll be out of bounds off of Herget, so Danbury ball.
It was a good shot. It just didn't go in. Darien's not had much of an outside shot tonight. Or this afternoon, I guess.
There's Langdon. She puts up the jumper from the free throw line. No good. Blanky on the far side of the court. Pulls up. Can't get it to go.
That was needless.
That is going to be a foul on Blanky, I believe. Emma Blanky whistled for the foul. We talked about her at the outset of this broadcast. She has played minutes at the varsity level, has Emma Blanky for Darien. Here's Demaya Moore up top. They get it inside to Rogers, or I should say at the elbow, now inside to Rogers, and that one goes down. Tiana Rogers with the point for Danbury. Witkowski. Maniscalco puts it up. Can't get it to go, rolls off the rim. Witkowski, second attempt. And Herget kicks it out to Witkowski. Here's Blenke inside to Maniscalco, and she just misses the baseline runner.
We had some good looks at that trip, and none of them went in. I think we had 4 shots at it. But we got another turnover. Darien needs to cash in on these turnovers.
So it'll be interesting what the final 6:01 of this game gives us. 23-20, Danbury up 3. They have led throughout, but Darien has climbed back in this one after being down 9-2 early on.
That was a turnover on Darien because nobody came back to receive the inbound pass, and it took 5 seconds.
So Danbury in their half-court offensive set. Moore inside to Rogers, too strong off the window, and Herget with the rebound, looking down court for Blenke. There's Maniscalco, the lefty puts it up. And Demaya Moore comes down with it for Danbury. Darien pressuring the basketball up top in a zone defense, but Blenke. Sullivan off the iron, no good. Rogers puts it back up and in, and Danbury extends its lead to 5.
You can't coach height, and Tiana Rogers just reached up without even jumping. And
you can't coach height, and speed kills, right, Brad? That's what they say.
That's what they say. As true now as it ever was.
Well, I have to say, we've got 5:04 left. This has been a highly entertaining junior varsity game here from Darien High School between these two programs, Danbury and Darien. Blue Wave ball underneath their own basket. Herget misses off the inbounds.
Yes, you can see some real potential for good varsity players here.
These are
in the future,
These are the future players at the varsity level.
Yep.
Some of them have already seen minutes at the varsity level as underclassmen. Here's Rogers as she curls to the basket, has the shot blocked by Cullen, and here's Blenke in the open floor.
Nice move.
And hits the side of the window, and Sullivan is fouled by Maniscalco.
Looks like Lizzie Barber is going to be coming into the game.
Lizzie Barber checking in, as is Emma Moffitt, or Maggie Moffitt, rather. Sorry.
Yep.
Maniscalco and Witkowski sub out for the Blue Wave. Rogers down low. She hits the baseline jumper.
That was a beautiful shot. Hard to stop that.
So Danbury up 7. Here's Blenke with the ball, being defended by Sullivan, and there's a fight for the ball on the floor, and that's going to be a jump ball situation. It'll stay Blue Wave basketball.
It's been a long time since Darien has scored. And it might be a while longer.
Danbury on a 6-0 run, and that'll be Danbury ball as Darien loses it out of bounds with 4:11 remaining in this one. Want to give a shout out to Graydon Overbeck, who's running our main camera here inside Darien High School, doing a great job bringing us the visuals of this game.
Good job, Graydon.
Graydon, a heck of a football player here at Darien. Here's Rogers down low, and she gets it to go. And
that was an excellent timeout call.
Darien wants a timeout, and they get it.
We were trapped in the corner with no way out.
With 3:53 left, Hatters up 9. This was a 1-point game.
Yes, just a few minutes ago.
21-20.
And we haven't scored.
And they have gone on a 8-0 run. 8-0 run. And Tiana Rogers, the center for the JV Hatters, has had a lot to do with that.
Yes. They get the ball into her, and she has her balance. She can reach over the top of our defense, and when she gets a even look at it, she can put it right in. We did a good job through the middle of the game of keeping that ball away from her.
I was just going to say, towards the end of the first half, the beginning of the second half, she kind of went away.
Right.
And Darien had some success, but she is a tough player to guard inside. Tallest player on the floor in this junior varsity basketball game between Danbury and Darien. Damian Andrew alongside Brad Bushel, whose daughter Kate suited up for the Darien girls basketball team in her day.
Yes.
Class
Those were
of
the days.
14, correct?
Yes.
2014. And then went on to play at Hamilton College in upstate New York.
Time goes by fast.
When you're having fun, right?
Yes.
There's Moffitt. She'll inbound underneath the Darien basket inside to Herget and up and in. So Rachel Herget banks it off the window.
That was a beautiful set play by coach called during the timeout.
And Darien will pressure, but Danbury does a fairly easy job of breaking the Darien press.
It's a held ball, and the ball will go to Darien.
That'll be Darien ball. I believe Rachel Langen whistled for the foul on that one, the sophomore.
Okay.
And Langen comes out of the game.
She got one foul and she was replaced.
She's replaced by she is replaced by Katrina Sullivan. There's Maggie Moffitt with the ball. She takes it into the paint. The shot is up, no good by Kinga Shrednika.
I'm not sure why Witkowski is out of the game at this point. I think we need her if we're going to come back.
Demaya Moore, long three, no good. And here's Shrednika up court to Moffitt. Keeps it in bounds. Shot is up and no good. And a fight for the ball underneath the Darien basket. And it'll be Danbury ball, as the possession arrow favors the Hatters. They get it to Rogers near midcourt. Here's Demaya Moore, cross-court pass to Sullivan. Here's Christine Sangfetz. And now Sullivan with the ball over to Demaya Moore. Rogers in the pivot.
Whoa.
And that is going to be an offensive.
Yes, there was an elbow thrown there.
Foul there called on Rogers.
Witkowski and Blanky are back in the game, which is what we need. 7-point deficit here. We need to close this soon.
Emily Rojas comes into the game, and she replaces Katrina Sullivan. Witkowski in now. She's handling the ball for Darien. Brings it across the timeline. Over to Blanky. Blanky looks for her shot, puts it up off the front of the iron, and Rogers with the rebound. Here's Demaya Moore, far side of the court.
I'm very impressed with the way the Hatters are handling this lead. They're being careful with the ball. And as I say
As you say that, Rojas dribbles it off
turnover.
her foot. Witkowski in transition, puts it up and in.
Maybe we have a game.
So Darien cuts the Hatters' lead to 5 with 2 minutes remaining, and that is going to be a foul on Blanky.
That's okay. It's not a shooting foul, so it was not necessary, but it also was inconsequential.
Cross-court pass by Sangfet to Demaya Moore. She gives it to Sullivan, over to Sangfet. There's Rogers, rolls to the basket. Too hard off the glass. Herget with the ball, gets it to Cullen, up ahead to Blanky. Blanky kicks it out. Here's Cullen. Witkowski open from the elbow. It's no good, and it's Danbury ball. Under a minute 30 remaining in this game now between the JV girls basketball teams from Darien and Danbury.
Time is starting to run out for the Blue Wave.
Of course, there's no shot clock, as we have talked about before in Connecticut.
Right.
And that is going to be a whistle.
Well, that's how you stop the clock. You foul.
And this is going to be a 1-and-1 situation for Danbury.
See if Emma Sullivan can put this game further out of reach.
And it rattles in. Danbury up 6 now with a minute 3 left in the game. Second shot is no good. Cullen comes away with it. And Darien's going to have to hustle here, Brad Bushel.
They're going to have to press the action, which they're doing.
Puts it up, no good. Rogers, I think, got a hand on it. And that'll roll out of bounds off of Danbury, so it'll be Darien ball underneath their own basket. Actually, no, in the corner, and it's going to be Darien timeout with 48.2 seconds. The Hatters up 30-24 on the Blue Wave.
I believe we've only scored 4 or 6 points in this quarter, which is not going to get it done.
You know, Danbury made that 8-0 run.
Right.
It was 21-20. They make an 8-0 run.
Right.
And we are now 30-24, Hatters up 6. So that run, a big reason why we are where we are at this point in the game.
Been a very competitive game. And it's not too late, but it's getting late.
Coach Jackie DiNardo, the Danbury varsity girls basketball head coach, talking to Darien varsity girls and boys volleyball coach Lori LaRusso. Talk about two legendary coaches in the FCAC.
I'd like to be a fly on the wall over there. Huh?
Probably talking strategy. Both coaches have had enormous success in their respective sports.
Coach Lori always comes to the girls basketball games in Darien, and I suspect she's trying to steal some players.
Trying to
get on the volleyball players.
Well, you look up at those banners in this gymnasium, and there have been many state championships and conference championships won by the Darien girls volleyball team.
Absolutely.
Here's Witkowski, runner on the baseline is no good. Stangfett with the ball now. She tries to get it across mid-court, and she is going to be called for a double dribble.
That was a fortunate call for Darien.
38.4 seconds remaining. Danbury up 6, Darien basketball. So it's really with the 3 now, just a 2-possession game here late.
But we haven't hit a 3. I don't think we've even attempted one in this game.
And Darien turns it over. And the Hatters in no hurry.
They're handling the ball very well.
Here's Demaya Moore. And that'll be a foul by Blenke. Really had to take that foul with 17.1 seconds left. Still enough time to get off a 3.
Yep, a couple of 3s. And
defensive stop and then another 3, 2-possession game. But Sullivan can extend the Danbury lead here, make it a 3-possession game.
Never know, as witnessed up in Minneapolis this weekend.
Oh my goodness, how much fun was that, Brad Bushel?
It can happen.
And here's Darien with the ball. Witkowski puts it up and in. And the Blue Wave within 4. 30-26.
Close, but I think we're not going to be able to do this.
Time might be against Darien
here.
here.
That was some play up there in Minneapolis with the Vikings.
How about that?
Wow.
Stephon Diggs with the catch and run 60, I believe a 61-yard pass play.
I could barely believe
Case
it.
Keenum to Stephon Diggs, and the Saints safety was.
Oh, I feel so bad for him.
Just didn't.
He's a rookie.
He went low.
He's a rookie. He went low.
All he had to do was keep Diggs in front of him, make the tackle, and game over.
Right.
But
let's see how this
as it is. as it is, Minnesota moving on, not the Saints.
Right.
But yeah, that was an exciting divisional playoff game in the NFC between the Saints and Vikings. Here we go, final 5 seconds of this one, and that'll be a foul on Witkowski as Sullivan will go to the line. Emma Sullivan, the sophomore, she's played well for the Hatters this afternoon, has done a great job handling the ball, running the offense for much of the game for Danbury.
Not sure what the referee's saying here. Did Emma foul out? She might have fouled out.
She is out of the game.
She's joining her varsity teammates over there on the sideline.
Sullivan, Rogers with the offensive board. She goes to the floor, and that is going to be a foul, I believe, on Herget. Nope, it's going to be on Cullen. So Cullen whistled for the foul. Liliana Cullen of Darien. Rogers goes to the line, shooting 2. Her team up 30-26 with 0.2 seconds remaining in this one.
It's over.
This is all but a formality here. And it goes off the back of the iron. We've got the varsity girls basketball game between Darien and Danbury coming up following this one on the DAF Media Network. Here's Rogers. Doesn't go, but that will do it as the Danbury Hatters beat Darien 30-26 in what was a highly entertaining junior varsity girls basketball game between these two programs.
That was a lot of fun, and the next game should be just as much fun, maybe even more.
I'll tell you what, the difference in this game for Danbury, really, Tiana Rogers, the freshman center, #1 inside.
She has a bright future.
I think she'll see some minutes in the varsity game, so it'll be interesting to see how much time she gets in that game. But Danbury, again, beats Darien 30-26 in this junior varsity girls basketball action. The varsity teams are coming onto the floor for warm-ups, and we are going to say goodbye, but we will be right back in about 20 minutes or so on the DAF Media Network. We will bring you girls varsity basketball action between Darien and Danbury. Again, Danbury's junior varsity girls basketball team beats Darien 30-26, the final. Take care, everybody.
See you soon.